week they're calling for a bit of a mixed bag of weather. It looks like there's going to be more rains coming through and not much for sunlight, but I really wanted to get back out into the woods because everything's changing pretty quickly around me, so I really wanted to capture that before it's all gone. As always, I have my Mamiya RB67 on my back, but this time I decided I wanted to go for something a little different as well. So I brought along the PressPan, a 35mm panoramic camera. I'm hoping that there'll be a bit of a challenge for myself to find subjects that will suit the format, and it will help me to look at the woods a little bit differently. Today it seems to be mainly overcast and a little bit windy, so I think I'm going to load up with a roll of Kodak Ultramax so that I can get that higher ISO of 400, but I do have spare rolls of Ektar just in case. I'm really hoping that the sun will come out today, but in the meantime, I'm going to be looking for subjects that don't require a lot of direct sunlight, like this scene behind me with the rocks and the dark mosses coming through against the gray backdrop of the trees. So I'm going to load up the PressPan, see if I can get this shot, and then walk around and hopefully find some other subjects. Okay, so I ended up going in after that last shot because even though the sun was starting to peek through the clouds, there were some very dark, ominous ones coming through very quickly afterwards, which made it obvious that some storms are going to be coming through. And that's exactly what happened. A very large system passed and brought with it a lot of heavy rains and big winds, which ended up knocking pretty much all the maple leaves to the ground. So everything's pretty different in here today, but I think that there's still going to be lots of opportunities for colorful shots because as you can see around me, the beech trees still have all their leaves and they'll hold on to them well into the winter. So I'm pretty excited that I will still have some good opportunities and I'll get a bit of a change of perspective. And speaking of changing perspective, I'm also going to be bringing back out the RB67 with me. I really enjoyed using the PressPan, but I found that changing the format meant that everything looked good to me and I was just shooting everything that was around me. It reminded me a lot of when I went from 35mm to 6x6 medium format. Looking through that square viewfinder, everything looks beautiful and so you just shoot at random, which can be a good thing, but I find that I can very easily get trapped in that. So I've decided to switch it up today, bringing back out the RB67. I've already got it loaded up with a roll of Fuji Pro 400H because the big winds are still hanging around a bit and I'm going to need some faster shutter speed, so I wanted that higher ISO. But for now, we're going to take a little walk around and look for some subjects. So while it is hard to walk away from this beautiful light, the day is getting on and I'm really happy with the shots that I've gotten. I was having a lot of fun playing with those beech leaves off the dark maple trunks, and I'm really hoping that Fuji Pro 400H will just do these shots justice. As you can see, things change very quickly this time of year, but there's still a lot of fall ahead of us, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the season holds.